Hello and welcome to another episode of IoT Tuesday. Yeah, I'm your truly Samuel Adjani. Welcome to another fun episode of IoT Tuesday. If you're new here, please make sure you subscribe, click the notification bell, and then make sure that you subscribe to the channel so that if there's any new release or any new update, you would get it. Let me say welcome to all the main people. What's happening? My stream is just okay. So let me say welcome to you all. Something crazy just happened. Well, I probably can explain that. Lots of updates in today's episode. But before we get into it, as usual, thank you for tuning in. If this show is all about IoT, hardware, connectivity, learning how to get you started with IoT. If you were not with us in last week's episode, go check it out. We opened the Azure Percept. We pretty much unboxed it, set it up. I ran some updates and did that. I'm yet to run the modules on them because I want to do them on the channel. But I decided to really go through a couple of things, new hardware that I have that came in today. And then also there are still some things I need to unbox. So I want to do all the unboxing and get those out of the way. That will give us an opportunity to look at, what modules or hardwares to use to build what solution. So in today's episode, we'll be talking about the new hardware. We'll go to the bench shortly. We'll talk about the new hardware. We'll talk about .NET Nano Framework. Interesting. So if you're a C# developer, you're thinking, I don't want to learn C++ to do IoT development. I don't want to use Python. You are, you are in luck. There's a .NET Nano Framework that can run on some, devices. So we'll be talking about that. We'll be looking at them. Um, the sound is distorting. Is it still distorting now? Reggie, thanks for that feedback. Hold on, let's see. I don't know. There's something wrong with this headset that I have. I think it's probably some filters or something, but let me know if the sound is better now. That's coming from Facebook, Reggie. Thank you for that info. So in today's episode, we're going to show all that, all the new hardware. I'll walk through it. We'll go to Seed Studio to see what we can build with it. I'll also awesome. Thank you very much, Nee. And then also I would show two kits I haven't unboxed. Actually, three kits. I haven't unboxed them three. So we'll probably pick one random and then unbox it on the show. And then something about the .NET Nano. Awesome. Thanks, Max from Twitch. Dev Max, thanks so much. So the other thing I would want to do is, let's see. So the other thing that I would want to do is for us to, I just want to, you know, get done with all the unboxing of the kit, and that will give us some idea on what we can build. So in today's episode, I'll be asking you to put it in the comment section what project you want us to build, knowing all the new hardware, all the crazy stuff we have. Now, that whole thing is a bunch of sensors, hardware, and boards that we're going to use. So let's get right into it. Right? Let's jump. Let's go to our workbench. So for some reason my stream deck is not working today, and I think I should share this in the first time. So over the week my machine actually updated to Windows 11 because I am an insider. I'm part of the Windows insider preview something. So it updated to Windows 11. I must say, I mean, it's cool, looks all, it's solid, all right. I thought it was a pizza box. No, Reggie, that cannot be a pizza box. It's a bunch of hardware kits in there. And I think it's affected my Stream Deck. And I didn't have time to want to debug or anything. So today I'm manually switching from OBS, but after the show I'll find time to do that. How can it be pizza box, Reggie? All right, so I'm running Windows 11 now. I'll give you my experience as we go on. So let's go to the workbench right here. What is happening? Okay, let's go back here and see. Gods of Demo Day have decided to turn off our camera. That's interesting. Let's go. Let's try workbench camera and see. Okay, let's give it. It looks blank. Oh no, gods of demo day. What is happening? They're like, Samuel, what have you done? This is crazy. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Let's see. Let's see what's happening. So even if let me see, let me try to split this and see if it changes. So no, that doesn't change. Something funny is happening. Okay. Let's see something, guys. Give me a sec. Let's see what could be happening. This is not good. Windows 11, see what you're causing. I hope I'm not freezing because I can see from OBS that there is a pause in the stream. Um, Actually, let me deactivate and let's activate this again. And hopefully, let's see how this plays out. This is crazy. Okay, so let's try this. So I'm sure you're only seeing my face. I'm trying to see if I can, if I can change that. That's strange. Okay, let's close this. And for some reason, hmm, this is no. So this is not a port issue. Um, it's not a port issue because it was pretty much functioning not too long ago. So I won't count that as a port issue. It could be maybe needing me to just restart it. But usually sometimes when you have another let's say Teams or another video application or application that captures the camera, it sometimes tries to hold the camera. So let's see. Um, let me try doing this again. Let's check the properties of it. So all I'm doing is I'm trying to use OBS to figure out what's happening. Um, and then we can try to rectify that because this shouldn't be so. Okay, so that is it. The HP. Oh, yeah. So okay, hold on. Let's see. So one pretty much is blank, and there's actually I see two more. So you know what? Let me try this again. Let me take this out and then let's try to set this up again. Just when things are going great, gods of demo day decide to. Okay, let's see. So I think from just my small observation so far from running Windows 11, yes, it made mention that the couple of things that are not probably compatible with it, but I wasn't expecting it to. So I see this one. Yeah, I want to believe. Hmm, interesting. Yeah, this is already set up. Okay. So it could be yes, yeah, definitely. Yeah, it could be Windows 11 not playing well with it. It could also be, yeah, I haven't read the full spec sheet, but it shouldn't limit you to the number of webcams or cameras you connect to it, because if Windows 10 was fine, then Windows 11 shouldn't, have such problems. So let's see. I've added another one. I think, okay. Drivers. Well, you won't, at least from Windows 11, from the Windows 10 perspective, you know that it, um, it pretty much, supported a lot of, plug and play video drivers or video, capture devices. You didn't really have to install them. So I want to believe that even Windows 11 should have, um, you know, some kind of, an updated driver setting. So let's see. Let's do, okay, let me try to pick this and see what happens. See if that changes that main cam and brings it in here. But else, if that becomes a problem, what I can do instead of the bench is, yeah, it may be standard driver not working well. Yeah, that could be. But what then I can do is make sure that my phone is on the same network as my machine right now, and I can go ahead and just add, let's add, let me add a video capture. Then I'm just going to create a new one and say iPhone. Let's do this. And this one, I will point it to my phone. So that's just a temporary thing, just to get my phone in as a video source. So what I'm doing is I have an app on my phone called the Epoch Camera. So let's do that. This is crazy. So so what just happened is that, okay, hold on. Let me just try this. Let me just try this for a sec and see what happens. So it so it in trying to change the settings, it actually and like opened up the second camera for me to pick, but it's just that it's not picking it. Okay, so let's go ahead and change this to the phone, and then I'll use the iPhone um to serve as the source. All right, let's do this. So let's go here, and then where is that epoch? Yep, epoch camera, and it's going to come in the phone form factor. So guys, forgive me. There you go. So all I just did right now was to add a live. So this is my phone right now that you're seeing. So I just added my phone as a live cam, and I can show that around. Isn't that cool? So I just have to hold this and put it on the tripod or something. Yeah, that's cool. Sorry. So I'm going to use this for the bench today. So I'm going to hold it and try to, show a lot of the things. Hopefully this will work. So these are a bunch of, you know, new hardware that I have. All right. And I we're just going to go through them quickly right here, and then so there'll be three kits on this side. So as part of a kit that I want to unbox today, but I don't know whether the way the camera is working, we might not do the unboxing, but I'll show it to you, and then we'll go through this and we'll talk about, the other stuff that I have. All right. So these are all the crazy stuff, hardwares that came in today. So let's take a look at this one. So this one here, um, this one says maybe you can see this properly. Let me turn it this way so you can see it. So this one says it's a high accuracy temperature and humidity sensor, and all of it is group based. And so I purchased this from Siege Studio. So yeah, so this should help us with some, you know, um, uh, temperature and humidity reading. It's high accuracy, so some, uh, environmental reading projects could benefit, from this. All right. Let me throw it here so that we know we've dealt with it. This one here is a groove, light, and gesture and color. So light, gesture, color, and proximity sensor. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 in one. This is a 4-in-1 sensor. All right, 4-in-1 sensor. So groove, light, gesture, color um, sensor. So we can do some things with gesture, waving or doing something for something to happen. And it is the groove sound sensor. So this is able to detect sound noise. There's one that is able to detect, I think, loudness or something. So this one can measure the intensity of sound in an environment. The main component of this module is, what's that? It's a simple microphone. Yeah, so as you can see it, there you go. That's how it looks like. And then yes, so this, how could that be coincident? I just picked it. So you see, this one almost looks like the previous one, but there's a loudness sensor. So it's designed to detect the loudness of environment. The signal received from the building is amplified and filtered for high frequency and generate positive pulse output. So this is like a high loudness, loudness sensor, right? So that looks like. And then here we have the 80 centimeters infrared proximity sensor. All right, so we have the 80 cm infrared proximity sensor as well here. So yeah, it's a general purpose type distance measuring sensor, wide angle distance. So yeah, pretty much we have a distance. And which one is this? Yeah, this is one of my favorite. This is the groove electricity sensor. So look at how it look. Look at how it is like. So I think pretty much you can, if you pass, some wire in there, it's able to detect if there's current flowing through it. So some current detection, project can also benefit from that. This pack has light sensors, so it's just a bunch of groove light sensors. I think there are 3 of them here. There's another one in the packet. So this is just the regular groove button. Yeah, so just a regular groove button. So we can throw this here as well. Then what do we have here? So this is good. So this is the groove air quality sensor. So the groove air quality sensor. All right, as you can see, for calculating, for getting indoor air quality testing, mainly detects, so it detects harmful gases such as carbon monoxide, acetone, thinner, formaldehyde. Yeah, so pretty much it can benefit from some environmental sensing projects. Then what do we have here? We have the groove time of flight. So there's something covering it. Yeah, but you can see groove time of flight. I think distance sensor. So this is a distance sensor that. So for this particular one, there's something I've been wanting to do with this kind of sensor. So back in the US, hey, welcome Shadrach. So back in the US, they will have this speed limit signs that will tell you you're supposed to probably do 30 in a particular place, and as you're driving by, it can actually tell you the speed you're running. I'm trying to probably using one of these to build one in my neighborhood, and just put it there for people to see what's up. All right, the next one here is it's a groove flame sensor. So as you can see, it's a flame sensor, so it's able to detect flames or fire. The sensor can do that. All right, so think about the project. And then here we have the groove touch sensor. So kind of like a captivative touch sensor, where if you touch that side, you send some. Is it analog or digital? Let's see this. Let's push it here. Yeah, so it's a digital interface, right? And then we have a Groove GPS Air 530 module. So Groove GPS 5 Air 530 module. So GPS location and stuff like that. And I think this one is a bunch of green LEDs. So it's a bunch of Groove green LEDs. All right. So that is the end of all the sensors. I have this package from a company in China, which is so this is a multi-purpose smart wrist wristband, right? That allows you to program it, and use cases include, you can I think the use cases were somewhere here. So you can use something like and it actually has a panic button on it. Has NFC, has a magnetic charging, and then so it's frozen, freeze. Is it moving now? Nee? So yeah, this also can benefit from something. There's a similar one here that looks like a Fitbit, but is a social distancing wristband, proximity vibrating alert. All right. So this allows you to, implement your social distancing thing. So things like making sure you're keeping the, social distancing. If you have a couple of people who have the same thing, it will vibrate if they are in close proximity. Right. Cool. So this one has not been opened. It's not being opened. Yeah, so this one. Now, this kit, all right. Let me flip this. Sorry about that. Today our bench cam is not working, so we are improvising with our phone. So this one here, the LoRa E5 development kit. Coincidentally, was it yesterday or today? I think it was yesterday. I saw a post on Twitter from one of my friends. He reposted something about using .NET, the .NET Nano Framework running on this, right? To do so, I was like, oh no, I think I have this kit and I want to try running C# through .NET Nano Framework on this kit. So um, that's probably what's going to happen. Considering I'm only concerned, the way our bench camera is not working today, but we'll see. Um, I probably would have to, do this next week. But so we have this kit. I think I've shown you the Coral Dev board that has an Edge TPU. Can do, can do some AI, level stuff. And then we have this one, which is the microchip development tools. So yeah, so now with these three, unfortunately, I was hoping to do an unboxing. Awesome. I was hoping to do an unboxing of one of these, but considering our camera is not helping us, we would, spend the time to do the AMA, ask me anything about IoT section, and then also look at .NET Nano Framework. And then next week, we'll come back to do the unboxing. All right. So great. Let's go to the main cam here so I can actually end this. So awesome. Um, Apologies for that, but it happens. Technical things happen. So for the rest of the session, let's talk about ask me anything about IoT, and then also we'll be talking about the .NET Nano Framework. So whilst we're talking about it, if you have any questions you want to ask me, and then I'll try to answer that. So let's go to this so I can put myself here. Actually, let's do this view so I can put myself here. Awesome. Now, let's go look for the .NET Nano Framework. So as you have any questions, keep them coming. Welcome, Shadrach. Thank you for everyone watching, especially on YouTube, Facebook, you know, um, Periscope, Twitter, all of you. Thank you for joining. So this is when you can actually ask your questions. Any question you have about IoT, some thoughts you want demystified, anything in that regard, please feel free to ask. I'll try to answer them today. We can even research and look into them today. Um, if 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 it's something interesting. Now, also, whilst you're asking questions and doing that, you've seen all the sensors that came in and all the hardware that came in today, plus others you've seen or we have. I want you to either comment in the chat right now or send me a tweet, whatever that is, on any project you think or you wish or you probably want us to do on the show, just like we did for last season or last year. You can drop it in at the end of this week. I'll put all the suggestions that come in a poll, and then we can pick one and then build it as part of, just like we do as part of our let's experiment or project based stuff, right? So, isn't it strange that I think I've opened Firefox and it didn't open up? All right, so let's bring this here. So what we're looking for is the .NET Nano Framework. Yeah, and then if you're not following, make sure you you joined July IoT, well, go check July IoT out. Tons and tons of stuff, on IoT for beginners and all that cool content. Please go check that out. So yeah, so this is .NET Nano Framework. Now, so like I mentioned, all right, it's actually supported by the .NET Foundation. It's actually a free and open sourced, framework that allows you to develop IoT applications or create firmwares and stuff for IoT applications using C sharp code. So pretty much, .NET Nano Framework is making it able for you to write C sharp code for embedded systems. So if you're already into C sharp, you don't need to stress about going to learn Python or C++ because that has been some of the issues of people entering into IoT. There has been the concern of, so do I need to go learn, Python or C++? Some people already have investment. They already know how to know C sharp. So this allows you, to, it's really not new. There has been, I think it's been in the past, there has been ways to do it, but pretty much unofficially. All right. You could also have used something like the Windows 10 IoT, Windows 10 IoT core, and then do C sharp running on Windows on a a Raspberry Pi. So that's another. But this time it allows you to natively do or write C sharp on it. So question: as a JS developer, can I develop IoT modules framework to interact with IoT? You can. Eh, eh, in the background, it will need a lot of abstractions with C. I think, if I'm not mistaken, look into. Actually, let's look. I think Johnny 5. Uh, I think Johnny 5. Yeah, there you go. So Johnny 5 is a JavaScript robotics and IoT platform. So Johnny 5 allows you to actually use JavaScript, to create IoT solutions. Yeah. So allows you to interact with, the input output pin. So pretty much and you can see works on Arduino and, some of the platforms supported. I see Raspberry Pi, different variants of the Arduino and other boards. I think I even see ESP32 right here, so it allows you to use, to write JavaScript on IoT. So yeah, I mean, just that is not that common. Um, but yes, you can use it. I think there is another one. I'm blanking out. I don't know why, but I think there's another JavaScript framework that allows you to use JavaScript and write JavaScript for, for Johnny 5. Sorry, for IoT. Sorry. So yeah, you can use Johnny 5 is a common, example, right? And then also, if I know another concern most of you have is, I want to do IoT, but I don't have the hardware, or I don't have access to the hardware. There are a lot of simulators you can use. I think, well, MATLAB has one. So which language is better for IoT? Well, uh, that's a tricky question. It depends on, you know your organization or your outfit. Generally, C C++ is what almost all embedded systems are written, just because of that interaction with a very low level hardware, memory, and stuff like that. So C C++ is the preferred, right, across board. But like here, I'm saying now the framework, just like .NET Nano framework and other, framework, trying to make that easier. So you are writing C sharp, but the final deployment is probably doing some kind of a C C++, you know, compiling or something that's happening. All right. So preferably hard. I mean, preferably is like C C++, but as we've just seen or we're about to see, I could still use C sharp. So for instance, if your company is a C sharp shop, right, and you want to venture into some IoT stuff, you don't necessarily, need to go, do C C++. But it also depends on the hardware. Like right now, the Nano framework is supported on just a few hardwares, right? So it depends on the project you're doing and what hardware is involved. Some of the hardware might not support this. They might not support Johnny 5, they might not support Python and stuff like that. And you have to go native C++, C, C++. So I hope that answered, your question. Yeah, also I was talking about now. So if you don't have um hardware, all right, or I don't have the microcontroller or stuff like that, you can always use simulators. I think sorry about that. There was one that I found. I don't think I installed it, but let's see, IoT simulators. I think I found. No, it's not, it's not this one. Is it IoT Fi? Ah, let's see. When I see it, when I see it, I'll see it. No, 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 no. So IoTify is the AW. No, not this one. IoTify. No, it's not this one. Let's see. Actually, you know what? Let me actually look for this here. I know I have it. I just have to open it up and then we can look at it. I checked them out and pretty much it's quite solid. And it allows you to, simulate a lot of this common hardware or IoT hardware for you to program and test against. So if you're worried about that, you can always download, and I think it's free, so you can always download it, and then test it out, just play around with it. Um, yeah, when that loads, I'll share with you. All right, so back to .NET Nano Framework. That's what we're talking about. And once we're talking about that, feel free to ask the questions, and I would answer it. All right, so awesome. So pretty much the framework gives us all the tools, has some, sample documents and stuff we can use, okay, to build our embedded solutions using C Sharp. All right. So let's see, pretty much free open source platform that enables you to write managed, that's it, manage code applications for constrained embedded devices. All right. Um, it's suitable for many types of projects, so like IoT sensing, wearable, academic proof of concept, robotics, all that cool stuff. All right. So it says that if you're already familiar with C Sharp on Microsoft Visual Studio, yeah, we pretty much can do it. And it includes, okay, so it includes a reduced CLI or CLR, sorry. All right, so kind of like .NET reduced, lighter version of it, and then some subset of libraries that can run on it. Okay, that's interesting. That's cool. Well, why? Well, pretty much, I mean, investment in it. Support for interloop code allows developers to easily write libraries that are both managed and native. Okay, so yeah, both managed and native C code. Interesting. Cool. So where to start? Pretty much getting started. Do we do that or do we just, well, yeah, let's open that somewhere. Go check that. And they have a repository as well. Oh, the project is on Hackstar. Interesting. All right, so let's see getting started. Let's see what it says. Well, I think yeah. So it's I saw that also on Hackstar, the one that that project that is using the kit, the LoRa E5 dev kit. So we'll see. Um, Going through getting started. Okay, well, no, we don't want to bore ourselves with this. Let's look at the options they have. Hmm. Okay, so they have serial communication samples. They have the MQTT samples that. Oh, look at this. So look at the cool stuff. You can actually now, it has an MQTT sample with Azure IoT Hub, and there's also one with AWS IoT. And then there's another one here with Azure IoT SDK. So with the twins and BMP. Oh, that's cool. You know what? Let's open this on the side. Let's open this on the side. And let's see what's new. So devices in terms of GPIO, it has I2C, SPI DAC, pulse modulation, one wire. So graphics, Tetris, simple. Okay, these are kind of like examples. So it actually supports sockets. Oh, interesting. And then ESP32 hardware. Oh, Wi-Fi on it. STM32 as well. Wow, this is this is cool. Yeah, so like I told my friend that I was going to check it out and give him feedback. But this looks interesting. this looks quite interesting. So okay, so in this are all the samples. So well, let me actually copy this and give you paste this in the chat for you guys, so you can probably go there, check it out, play with the samples. Let's see. So this is the Azure SDK. Okay, so cloud. Okay, yeah. So that is cool. And this one is with the BMP 280 sensor. Hmm. That is okay, okay, okay. Well, I think what's going to happen is we would have to try this, but because of that, we would have to unbox this, right? We need to unbox this. Because our camera is working, I will do that. I'll try to check that out after the show. We would unbox this one and then try to run the .NET Nano on it. Because what I saw, let me see if I can find what I saw. Yes, this is it. This is it. So as you can see, it can run on the ESP32. Look at this. So they're using the ESP32. They're running a web server running .NET Nano on, ESP32. So I know that works. And then here is what I saw, Nano Framework LoRaWAN client using the Seed LoRa E5 module. So that's how come I know that, okay, this is going to also function. So this will be things that we can try out. So let's see, let's close Johnny 5. We don't need Johnny 5. Yeah, these are the samples. Okay, let's close the Wi-Fi samples. I already opened the samples, so we don't need this again. Yeah, well, it looks interesting, you know. Um, it looks interesting, and pretty much would want to try that. All right, so unfortunately, because of the bench cam, um, I wouldn't want to drag today's stream too long. I just would, try to resolve it, and then next week we can do the unboxing and then try the Nano framework. So we'll see if we can go through, potentially all the unboxing next week. So we would have, the chance or the tools and the hardware to play with a lot of things. So if you have any questions, let's say in the next 2 minutes. Yes, yes, this is related to automation. So pretty much IoT enables us to do different forms of automation, like from the Azure Percept where you can use the vision to detect, if someone is coming, if someone is not wearing their mask and then not allow the door to open. But then if you're wearing a mask properly, you automatically, unlock the door. So you can look at it from that perspective that yes, IoT plays a huge part also in automation. Yeah. So yep, it plays a part in automation. Yeah. Any questions? So I was going to say that so we're going to give ourselves like in the next minute or two to see if there's any more questions coming in. Thank you very much, Kwame K. I appreciate that. If there isn't any question coming in, I would end the stream and then try to troubleshoot all the all the crazy things. But hey, so good news is that if that camera doesn't work, see who got his hands on a GoPro. I have a new GoPro, so I can set that up. I also got myself the new Mevo 2, so I can also set that up. So in terms of cameras, we have yeah. Oh, so Reggie, I'm going to tease you a bit. See what else we got our hands on. Yay! Yep, yep. So yeah, so pretty much if it's something about driver's camera and all that, we'll figure it out and fix it, and then hopefully by the next stream we'll have all the cool stuff coming. So as you can see, yes, behind me is not a bunch of pizza boxes. It's not pizza boxes. It's a bunch of IoT kits. It's not a pizza box. All right. So next week, all right, we're going to do the unboxing. I'm going to spend time to debug, to debug all the craziness that's happening here. If you have any questions, even after the stream, don't, feel free to send it to me at any of my social handles down the screen. But make sure, please, please, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so that we can learn, have fun, and do crazy stuff. Um, so yeah, make sure you know you learn something new, you share something new. Let's make the world a better place. Till then, I am out. Be safe, and don't forget, even after the stream, you can reach me on all the social media handles. Right? Be safe. Catch you next week, and let's have some fun.